what are you talking about? It's like, well, his cookies always have something. I was like, okay. So I ate the brownie, and I did have meat. so, um, so I don't even know how I got home, but thank God I did safely. His parties were very like sexual. There was like women dressed up like very sexy. And there was one woman, one time, she had this armor almost, and she had this machine that she would put in her armor, and sparkles would come out. You know what I mean? And she was like in the middle of the party. And then there was this girl with huge angel wings, and she was dancing, and she was all sexy, and it's very sexual. Everything was very sexual. Even the food was like he would bring like a huge, not him obviously, he had a caterer, but like this huge salmon. Like they would do the barbecue, and all the best vegetables that were available at that time, the corn and all that stuff. It's just like everything was just very hot and sexual. Yeah, I think he loves sex, and he likes sexy things, sexy women, sexy parties, you know, um, and beautiful stuff, beautiful jewelry, beautiful house, beautiful like everything. I wonder how he's doing in jail. No wonder he's on suicide watch.
Andy?
You already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. I tried to go live earlier, but for some reasons I was having issues, even though I'm close to the Wi-Fi to get a strong signal. So I just say bunk it, fine. I'm just going to do a recorded video. I wanted to do a live, that way I could edit later and I could just get the video out already. Today's video is once again focusing on Diddy, but we're going to take a look at, well, possible reasons. Okay, no, I'm not going to do that yet. But a theory that I have, as well as Stephen A. Smith, of why they decided to target Diddy. Now is another reason, but I may say that for another video because I could not find the video talking about it, and not too many people are talking about that particular thing. So I'm going to save that one. But I do think it's bigger than P. Diddy because of the focus. And I heard about that mayor getting indicted in New York, and P. Diddy was given the keys to the town. Now, The thing is, we have to remember when dealing with people, like a lot of people may know me. They may know me as a nice person. They may not know I have a podcast. They may not know that I have certain ideas that may not coincide with how they think. And with that right there, I've noticed I've lost some associates because of me voicing my views. But I try not to be divisive. I try not to attack people. I try not to belittle people. But I do think it's important, especially with the mistakes I made in my past with the opposite gender, to be genuine of how I think and feel now, but try to take into account to how other people feel. After that disclaimer, back to the P. Diddy thing. The reason why I brought that up right there is I do think it's levels with people who may have met P. Diddy. They may have got his good side. And some of them that may have partied with him, not everybody. I actually think the people that's deep in the music industry, them, I think they are definitely more aware. But people that may be actors or people that may not live a certain type of wild life, but they may still want to have fun. They may see a side of the P. Diddy parties that the people that's in the inner circle may not see. I use this example here. A lot of times when people are throwing a party, even if they are at the club, everybody will get together, they'll dance, they'll party, they'll have fun. Maybe a fight might break off or something. Later on in the after party, and not everybody goes to the after party, that's where you may get the craziness going on. That is where you may get somebody spiking somebody's drink or taking advantage of somebody or straight not being who they portrayed themselves to be earlier in the night. I used that thumbnail, Blink Twice, because I saw that movie. And in that movie, especially with the P. Diddy stuff coming out, it made me think of Jeffrey Epstein because he had an island and people was going over there. And of course, it was the sex trafficking being made open to the public that was going on. And most of it was women. I didn't really hear no young boys, but in the Hollywood circles, I always hear that it's like a pedo thing going on or something. I do think you have to get a certain height of stardom in order to see that particular thing right there. So I have a video by MTR again that he had put together beautifully. And I also have another video borrowed from the clip done by the Sun, I believe, or okay, I'll just say the Sun because that's up there, but they have a different name below where they interview a woman saying she had good experiences with P. Diddy and going to the parties. Of course, though, she can't remember some things, and that goes back to that movie Blink Twice, because in that movie Blink Twice that I saw, Channing Tatum played a billionaire that would invite women to this island where it was some guys there as well. And I don't want to spoil the movie, but this parallels closely to how I think some people was dealing with P. Diddy or other powerful men throwing extravagant parties. So let's begin.
If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's going to be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him. They coming for a whole bunch of people.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the white party.
Let me show you this clip of LeBron James speaking about how much he loves a Diddy party.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so. Yeah.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party. And so where is LeBron James, who has elected himself the mayor of speaking out when nobody cares to hear his opinion? Because if you're telling me that you use your platform to speak out when there are black victims, there sure as hell seems to be a lot of them when it comes to Diddy. Me out. Is it plausible that the reason that LeBron James is opting to be so quiet is because when he read that lawsuit and realized that Diddy had cameras everywhere, unbeknownst to his party goers at these freak-offs, is it plausible that he's got LeBron James doing something that he wouldn't want made public? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking for the king to use his platform to speak to us peasants.
I got a Richie to sit on my lap, and sometimes I always be pulling the blade. After no earth, ever since I got that rocket chain that took the trip out of space. Ever since birth, I'm on my tongue, and they had a cool, but they really hate. I'm on my work, going to play the purse, and keep with my little gay. Medicine church, when it's in every diamonds and stones, and I'm straight. Ain't got a rub, and it's not a race. Go!
I've never made any sense.
Let's have another shot.
No, let's have another shot. I'm in. I'm in. Okay.
We need to treat our guests the right way.
Okay, let's get them shots too. Come on.
No. This is me and you.
All right, I need a shot.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Shot,
This is
bro.
mine? Okay.
Yeah, I just have to see. It's all together. Me and you. Eyes.
Let's do it. Spilling it all over.
Eyes. Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No. I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. You know, I've been practicing. I got
Yeah,
notes
there you
and
go.
shit.
Got your notes?
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over that one.
See where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party. And
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother.
Oh,
Eyes.
This is the Baby L song. Watch me put it on. Watch me put it on. Yeah, Baby L.
No Diddy. That's not what I was talking about, Sean, when I wrote the Baby L song.
It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Because anybody that was associated with him are going to be considered suspect. I'm not saying any names because I ain't trying to do that to anybody. I'm not wishing that on anybody. But what I'm saying to you is that when you are associated with a figure that is being accused of the multitude of egregious acts that he has been accused of, sex trafficking, racketeering, drug use, prostitution, flying folks across state lines and all of this other stuff. Yo. But I'm telling you right now, anytime the feds are coming your way, they're not coming just for you. There's lessons to be peeled from all of this. Be careful about the enemies that you crop up. Be careful about people that have a target on your back. The people you've alienated, you've infuriated. Think about the people he's done business with. Think about the money involved. Think about how it would have been in folks' best interest to shut the hell up and never say anything. Yet somehow, some way, this stuff evidently was going on for years, according to the feds. And almost nobody said anything.
Sean Diddy Combs, you were on his last album. Are you also feeling that the idea of the abuse of women, domestic partner abuse, it needs to be really handled once and for all and not swept under the carpet as it has been for so long? Let's just say in your industry.
Oh, well, I was horrified by the allegations that I heard about Mr. Combs and, of course, horrified by the video evidence that was released after that. But I was horrified by the descriptions that I read before the video evidence came out, and absolutely is something that needs to be brought to light when it happens. And my default stance is to believe women when they make these accusations and to make sure that we do whatever we can to support women who are making these allegations and make sure that they're heard and that any kind of accountability and reparations can be made to make these women whole again. It's shameful what Mr. Combs has been accused of, and I only want the best for Cassie, but also for all the other victims that have alleged that he's abused them. It's really tough to see those descriptions and to see those videos. It's quite a shame, and I really just want accountability and hopefully some healing for all of his victims.
Public place, you did it. Is this the best or the worst? What do you do?
The best.
Okay, the best. Probably the Obama thing.
John, what's the? Oh God!
Oh God!
John,
what
is your wife talking about?
I don't know.
We heard Obama in there.
He should get back in. What happened?
We're not going to discuss that.
We're not going to discuss it?
We're not. We're not.
Okay.
Oh my God. Secret Service. Come here, jump back in.
Hi.
Look at John.
Hi.
We're not talking about it. That's the truth.
That is an awesome answer.
Not the White House.
It
was
not at the White House.
It was 100% not at the White House. I promise.
He was not elected yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're moving on.
I'm sorry. I'm in trouble now.
No, you're good.
Did you ever go to a Diddy party?
Yes.
And what was it like?
A Diddy party?
Is it like what they have in the media or
off the hook?
Off the hook.
And whenever they went into the quote unquote alleged other section, I was never there.
You were gone.
That's like, I think in general, getting away from Diddy and God bless him and whatever else he's dealing with. I don't beat people while they're down. That's just not who I am character-wise. No one can erase his legacy. Bad Boy Records and Faith Evans and Biggie and Craig Mack and 112 and Total and I mean mogul. I mean, I don't know what all that other is going on or allegedly, but man, legacy is legacy, man. Surviving Neverland. Did that stop you from listening to Michael Jackson after the documentary came out? I don't know.
Oh, see what we doing? Goddamn. My outfit look like
You don't know another nigga that's fit like this. Watch change color when I lift my wrist. It's a Motel 6, keep on them lights. Take a bitch on a date, fuck her that night. She got a boyfriend, like bye, nigga, bye.
I'm like, cool, I'm trying to be the same.
I'm handsome, ass on fly. I'm rich, that guy. I'm smooth, no lie.
buku parties. You dig? As a youngster, I've witnessed things that that fucked me up. You dig? I never experienced it. I would avoid somebody, but I've witnessed things just being around. It's a double-edged sword, Wayne, bro. And I'm gonna say it like this here.
Say, Chop.
Towards
Were you? I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you in some of those parties at underage when you was 16?
Yes.
Have you ever been approached? Have you ever been approached in any of those parties to get involved?
No, fuck no, no indeed. But at the end of the day, I've seen it. You dig? I can't sit up here and say I didn't see shit. I'll be lying. What I seen, I won't see. Was I a part of anything? No indeed. I was too young, bro. I wasn't. You dig? I wasn't really realizing what was actually happening. And every time, like, if I go to the parties in Hollywood and all these places, they'll shut me out of it. I really don't want to say too much because I believe this here. You dig? I'm not really the type of person that just throw people out there. I don't like snitching. I don't like bitter people either. So I'm not saying this in no bitter manner. You understand? But I will say, I seen things. I love doing this here, Wayne. I love being a rapper. I love cutting up, dropping project after project. I love shooting videos. I'm damn near afraid to, and it's honest, I'm damn near afraid to go back mainstream because I know what it come with. The higher you go, the more you experience things, bro. And it's wild to me, Wayne. I ain't lying though. And I'm not gonna sit up here and say, you heard me? Everybody doing it. But the higher you go, the more it get wicked. It gets wicked, son.
Say, bro, do you feel anything that people bringing forward that Puffy has done was a crime?
Wow. I wouldn't say he should be in the situation he's in, but I think he should definitely get a piece of the humble pie. How far they going? That's a little too extreme. $50 million bond, y'all reject that? Either he gonna get a cold felony probation situation for about 15 years, or he gonna sit down for about a good 7. But they're not gonna give him life because money talk and bullshit walk a marathon, baby, and you know that. He coming home. Believe that. Money talk. You heard me? This America, baby. Money talk, brother.
Years that you've become friendly P. Diddy, and there you are with was P. Diddy, did he ask to be in the photo with you, or was it the other way around?
I mean, P. Diddy's a little up his own ass, to be honest. But that was
oh, that's great.
Now, we were at a college football game, the UCLA. But he is, you know what I mean? I didn't even want to get in the picture. He barely shook my hand. I was about to just give him a left to the chin real quick. But this is LA, isn't it? You just go around meeting people, so I'm just having fun. But P. Diddy was on the bottom of the list of people I wanted to meet, especially after finally meeting him.
Only you could say P. Diddy's up his own arse. That's impressive.
It truly is about the Benjamin, as we see.
Oh yeah, he's literally.
It really is about the Benjamin.
Well, now when we come back, we're gonna talk more with Puffy, and if you want to hang out, more than welcome to stick around with brother. All right, we'll be right back with more right after this.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never have sucked a penis. That was my only goal. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
That was before. And then suddenly, when things go bad, there's videotapes. There's recordings. There's surveillance cameras. There's electronic equipment. There's a multitude of statements. Clearly, he's in a world of trouble. This man is one of the richest people in the world, and he can't lead a country. At this moment, he can't lead a state. For all we know, by the end of the day, he won't be able to leave a jail cell. You're going after him like this, not just because he's some well-known figure, not just because he's P. Diddy, not just because you want to get him off the streets in your eyes if you're the feds, because supposedly you want to stop him from committing these criminal acts. You're after an enterprise. You're after an abundance of people. And I got news for you. If it were just people employed under Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, or anything else, that would be one thing. I'm just telling you from my experience in media for all of these decades. You don't do all of this to go after somebody and their coworkers. You do this because there's a bigger fish to fry. And you suspect that he's the one that's going to nail it for you.
This is why I definitely believe that it is bigger than P. Diddy, because of the politicians being involved. Who knows what other powerful people are involved? But see, that comes back full circle with that Jeffrey Epstein thing, with the island, with the rich people that was going there. Now, I do believe it was mostly white people going to this island, and definitely politicians, some probably celebrity people that was also going there, because I remember that guy in the wheelchair and I cannot think of his name. He's a genius. I did a video on him cheating on all his wives and he's in the wheelchair. Like, how can you pull that off? Anyway, but then again, he got money and status. And as I said before, it seemed like if you have money and status, it seemed like some woman will definitely take you. The better looking you are, then the more women that you get. This is why men are always about the money. But when men do get the money, this is why sometimes they don't know how to act, because then they get abundance of women. And once we get that idea in our head that we can't really trust a woman like that, then certain guys will definitely start using and abusing women. But then some end up getting used themselves because they're in a climate where they're looking for love from a woman, true love from a woman, and instead they run into all the gold diggers that know how to present a beautiful package of who they are not. Okay, coming back to the P. Diddy thing. I have a woman here that she says she had actually, going by the interview, she had good experiences with P. Diddy. And this is where I do think sometimes it can be true. Because I know people that know me, some people, as I say earlier, they were like, oh, he's a beautiful person. Well, he has a beautiful soul. He's a nice guy, which I don't always like when women are calling me a nice guy, because I always like a red flag in my head, because either they will not see me as a love interest, or they look at me as easy to walk all over, or they'll take me for granted. Those three things right there, when women are saying that particular thing to me. That's why I always have a balanced thing of, I'm nice, but at the same time, if she's acting up or she's acting funny, then I will treat her accordingly. So I think with P. Diddy, I do think some people might have been in the dark or in denial of how this man was moving, because maybe he didn't show them that side of him. For example, with Jennifer Lopez, I never heard anything of him abusing her or hitting her or anything like that. Now, maybe he had a certain respect for her, that he never treated her like how he treated some of the other women. But at the same time, they never moved towards marriage or got too serious. And but to this day, they supposed to be still good friends. So how good friends they are, I don't know. And it makes me wonder with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck having a separation, if this had anything to do with it. And actually thinking about it, that is possibly true. Because I'm pretty sure, even though she might have stopped dating him, because my ex, almost all my exes is kind of like that, they'll still keep associating with people either they had a relationship with or they had something with or somebody I felt uncomfortable with. Whereas if she felt uncomfortable with somebody, she would make me feel bad, and then I would usually leave that person alone. So, unfortunately, it doesn't always work the same way. And of course, I got a little bit off the topic with the P Diddy, but that's a good example that I'll use in a video in the future. But anyway, here's the woman that had a good um, dealings with P Diddy, and she's a photographer.
We were upstairs, and he loves to go in the DJ booth and start talking, and he's talking and talking and talking, and everybody's partying, and then afterwards he came to me and was like, "I'm doing a party in Star Island in my house," and I'm like, "Okay." It's very hard to get into this island unless you have, someone that lives there because it's for residents. So I give my name and like I'm coming to Diddy's party. Okay, so I get in, and then to get to his house, it's even like there's like security outside, but it was like. It wasn't like today that you can just post something on Instagram and everybody knows about it. You know what I mean? It was like very private. If you knew, you knew. I didn't know more than 50 people. It was very exclusive, there was a lot of beautiful girls always. And, his buddies. He always had some buddies with him. Not necessarily famous people, but I guess people that, used to work with him, or they're not famous, but they are, his entourage. Yeah. And they were always inside of the house. They would go inside of the house and then come out, and always had a tray with shots, and he would give it to people, So I don't know if that was like a cute thing to do, but I think those shots had drugs in it. And the truth, I don't even remember how I got home. I was so high. I don't know. I think there was always something in the drinks. For sure, in the Hamptons, the brownies had weed. But you have to understand, 1999, 2000 at the time, weed was illegal. It's not like now, everybody's eating weed. So he had, at the end, he always had like this dessert table, which was beautiful. And I went to eat one of the cookies, one of the brownies, and someone was like, this brownies has something in it, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, these cookies always have something. I was like, okay. So I ate the brownie, and it did have meat. So I don't even know how I got home, but thank God I did. Thankfully. These parties were very sexual. There was like women dressed up like, very sexy. And there was one woman, one time, she had this armor almost, and she had this machine that she would put in her armor, and sparkles would come out. You know what I mean? And she was like in the middle of the party. And then there was this girl with huge angel wings, and she was dancing, and she was all sexy. And it's very sexual. Everything was very sexual. Even the food was like he would bring like a huge, not him obviously, he had a caterer, but like this huge salmon, like they would do the barbecue and all the best vegetables that were available at that time, the corn and all that stuff. It's just like everything was just very
Pizza party feeling stale? But wait, there's Marco's! Refresh the routine with Marco's new...
very hot and sexual. Yeah, I think he loves sex and he likes sexy things, sexy women, sexy parties, and beautiful stuff, beautiful jewelry, beautiful house, beautiful like everything. No wonder I was in jail. No wonder he's on suicide watch. I know he's in jail, but he's a person. He's a human being. Of course, I don't want him to kill himself. I don't want bad things for him. Even though he may have done these things. In 1999, I was more into like this business, and I went to his house party in the Hamptons. You had to like give your name somewhere else, not in front of the house, somewhere else, and then a shuttle takes you, So just imagine how nerve-wracking that was. So, and then I got into this party, and I heard that there was a rumor he was dating Jennifer Lopez. And I had met Jennifer Lopez before in Miami, so I was like, okay, so let's see if they get together. She was there, and I looked up, and he has a balcony in his bedroom, which faces the swimming pool and faces the water. It's beautiful. And I look up, and I see him there with her in the balcony, and just talking. And I take some pictures, and then I didn't even realize that I had taken a picture of them kissing. So the next day, not the next day, because that time you had to print the pictures and stuff. But a couple of days after, it was all over the news. That picture, they were kissing, and he broke the news that they were together. But his parties was the best. I mean, you name it. Champagne, like being served all the time, open bar, the best food, and the best people. Everybody's dressed up nicely. I mean, his parties, his white parties, he would not let you in if you're wearing beige. Or even the invitation, it says, no beige, no off-white, no silver, no gold. If you're not wearing white from head to toe, you're not getting in. He's not very open. That's why he's wearing glasses all the time, so he doesn't look you in the eyes, I don't know why he does that. I don't know if he's shy. It cannot be he's shy, because, this guy is the best promoter ever. Whatever he promotes, goes viral. But he's always super nice with me. I never had a problem with Diddy. Oh well, there was one time that I took a picture of him in a nightclub, and he had the bodyguard take my camera, and I was like, Diddy, come on. And he's like, oh, let me see the pictures. So, because I had taken a picture of him with a girl. And he was single at the time. He looked at the pictures, and I was like, come on, just give me my camera back. First of all, it was illegal to take somebody's camera. And he had like probably 5 bodyguards, huge guys. I was kind of scared, but we were in a public place, so I was like, please just give me my camera back. He's like, yeah, okay. And he gave me my camera back. And he did not delete the pictures.
Okay, that's it. And pretty much like Stephen A. Smith has said, I believe this is bigger than Diddy. They're trying to catch other people. Now, of course, though, I only see black people that they are showing, black politicians that they are showing. And this is a thing that always irks me a bit, because it always seems like, especially mainstream media, and I have to admit, mainstream media is controlled by mostly whites. And bear in mind, I am not the one to be pulling the race card. But when Vince McMahon or Dana White, with him smacking his wife and the allegations with Vince McMahon, media barely hear about it. I only heard about that from Ticket TV, a black guy that was reporting on that. But when black people are fucking up, I hear all through the news. So you can't tell me that there are not some white people that's attached to P. Diddy as well that should also be going down, especially his mentors, like allegedly a Clive Davis, and I can't think of any of the other ones, but I'm pretty sure P. Diddy's not the only one. There's no way he got away with this as long as he was, if he was the only one doing it. It was other people involved doing it, and hopefully with him messing up, they'll be able to bring the whole house down and get everyone. And see, this somewhat proves what Trump was saying about draining the swamp, and how there was trafficking going on, which he was saying that. Of course, though, people were saying that's conspiracy theory, but look, I always think with that conspiracy stuff, there's some truth to it. Maybe not entirely, maybe somewhat things that doesn't connect, but I always believe where smoke is fire. So it's coming from somewhere. So that's it. Give me a like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this one. I shall have another video coming soon. And have a good day and be good to each other.
We do not live by your rules, dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game.